BC Piezophile is something. I'd say an adventure horror game. In this video, I did not actually adventure. I just stayed in one place, but I realized later on that you're actually supposed to travel. And the funny thing is the developer's description, or in the discussions page, he like pinned every single message that he responded to. And his messages are very confusing, but you can actually make sense out of it if you just like study what he's trying to say. This guy's a Bible. But yeah, no idea. I don't even know if I'm right with my description of the game, but that's what I'm assuming it is. Back to the Dark is dark and darker, but top down and single player. So that's literally just the whole description. I was able to pretty much finish it. I didn't record it, but believe me, trust me, it gets pretty easy after a while. After you realize how the enemies work. So it could get old pretty fast if you master enemies, because they all pretty much do the same thing. But yeah, Big Boy Boxing is definitely heavily inspired by Punch-Out, like super old game where you like control Little Mac and punch dudes. This game is definitely inspired by it because there's some moves in the game that just feel utterly unfair. But if you like that, if you like the arcade unfairness, heavily recommend. Oh yeah, I also had a awesome art style. The art style in like the 1900s, I think around the Punch-Out times. I don't know, it just reminds me of Pajama Sam. Blood Typers is a survival horror typing game, and it's honestly very well made for a typing game, because to turn to like do any action key that doesn't require typing, you either have to type the action or push the shift keys to turn. And I love that so much better than games where you have to use your mouse for whatever reason. For example, I don't remember the title of the game, but you exercise demons, and for some reason, as a bullet hell, it's like you gotta like stop typing to be able to dodge bullets. Anyways, I really like this game because of its intuitive typing mechanics that allows you to constantly type. Elation for the Wonderbox 6000 is pretty much what you would expect from the title. Like, very strange, and I have no idea what's going on, but I'm enjoying what's going on. Even though the demo is like very short, I got what I wanted, and I swear it was like real claymation, and it's an awesome idea. There's games that attempted it. Oh, also, the trailer music is great. I love the trailer music. Feed the Deep is made by the designer of Jetpack Joyride and Ninja Slash, something like that. Fruit Ninja, and he made a game similar to Miner Dig Deep, like games where you go down to get resources and go back up. One other game called like Mother Load as a Flash game. I forgot what it's called, but it was on Action Studios. But yeah, you just go down, get resources, go up. I had fun. It felt challenging. Glyphica typing survival. I don't know if I said that right, but it's a survivor-like typing game. And the way they did the typing was pretty well made, I'd say. And well, it's a typing game, but as a survivor-like, that's the most I can really say about it. Goblin Cleanup is a cleaning game where your dungeon master wants you to fix all the traps and clean all the bodies, which I found a great spin for Viscera Cleanup Detail. It's just basically that game, but you gotta dodge traps and stuff while repairing everything and cleaning everything. And also, it's multiplayer, so it's just as good as Viscera Cleanup Detail. It's perfect. We also glitched the game at the end and broke everything, so we purposely did that, so don't mind what we did. Illusion Carnival is a horror top-down. The horror comes off as edgy, I'd say, but honestly, I find the story interesting more than the horror aspect. It also reminds me of this music video called basics in behavior. It's like a Baldi's Basics remix or something. I don't know. It's just the art style reminded me of that. And same as the horror edginess. Also, it has great music. I like the music. Kalpa Cosmic Symphony is a rhythm game originally made on mobile. This looks to be like it's going to be a paid game, and I would be aware that they're going to probably add a ton of music DLC because their mobile version is very heavy on monetization. That they might do the same here, but I did have fun playing the rhythm game. I can't really explain a rhythm game that well, even though I play a ton. Mech Builder is a casual builder game. You like build minifigures, sort of. It's like 2D minifigures. It was a lot of fun because it felt like a puzzle game and you had your freedom of how to do those puzzles. It wasn't like forcing you something. It just like snaps on and you do the puzzle. And it doesn't restrict you from just like clicking everywhere, which I like. I don't like click and dragging and just guessing like crazy, but I'm sure there's people that like that, so it does give the freedom of being able to do that. But it was lots of fun to just build a mech, and yeah, I'm a puzzle person, so that's probably why I like this. Red Snow is a arcade skiing game, sort of similar to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, but you have a gun and you kill things and try to get to the finish line. That's why it's in the list, because it's like very confusing. But I found it hilarious. Like each character had personality. Each one had like voice lines that fit together, but one of them was pretty dumb. Mainly because I don't like Gen Z words. I'm not a Gen Zer, even though I technically am. But yeah, shooting people, doing tricks. It was fun. I don't think I'll buy it though, but I had fun when I played it. Schim is a puzzle parkour game. There's story involved, and I found it sort of interesting. It seemed like a sort of generic follow person, know their life, and their life is kind of like any other person's life. But yeah, I'm assuming it's like you just follow their life, and when they grow old and die, you are not a shadow anymore. Oh yeah, I didn't even say what you do. You are a shadow jumping to other shadows. That's the game. Shotgun Recovery is a horror Doom-esque game, or maybe survival horror. I can't be too certain, even though I play the whole demo. But I really enjoyed the story. I'm not a story person, but it felt very smooth, and I actually understood what was going on. It's just like some guy having nightmares about something bad he did, and those nightmares are the gameplay. Well, the description pretty much says at morning it's like story, at night it's the survival horror part, or Doom part, I don't really know. But yeah. Pixelia is a life simulator, and when I mean life simulator, I mean you got way too much stuff to do in this game. Here's a list. I'm certain it's not everything you can do in the game, but it's all I wrote down. You can invest, have a credit card, socialize, obviously. You can fish, cook, exercise, do bills. Dude, doing bills is awesome. You can buy vehicles, counting different vehicles. You can have a farm. You can rent and buy houses. You can do a lot of different jobs. There is like 5 in the job searching place, but there's a lot more jobs you can do than just those, like robbing a house and stuff. I guess that counts as a job, but yeah. You can decorate your house. You can go to prison. I think I saw like a picture of someone in prison. You can go to school, and yeah, those are the stuff I wrote down, and I'm certain there's a lot more. And since Streets of Rogue 2 was in the Steam Next Fest, I feel like this is the replacement for for Streets of Rogue 2. Victory Heat Rally Shakedown. Long title, but it's a drifting car game, and I'm usually not a fan of car games. I'm not a car person, but the game's difficulty had me pretty interested, and also I do like drifting games. Can't really explain it, but this game had just a better feel of drifting than other games I've played before. I think it's because of the, like, you have to drive straight if you want to have that speed boost. There's just something about it that makes it really fun. But the car is a arcade-like, just level-to-level game, but you get to be a different car every single level. I played there was a demo before this demo on Steam Next Fest on the game, and I'm surprised with how much has changed. Like, they seriously did not need to update the demo because the demo was already good enough. They just decided to make the demo better for some reason. And yeah, it's like, it feels pretty demo exclusive as well, because most of the dialogue is about the demo. Wild Bastards, from the same makers of Void Bastards. Did I say that right? It's a FPS game similar to Void Bastards, but combat does not have stealth anymore. And it's not like Doom. It's more like an arena shooter. I really love the art style with it being both futuristic while also being Wild West. If I could compare it to Void Bastards, I'd say it's definitely different from it. So if you ever play that game, you should expect a completely different experience. This section will be me focusing on honorable mentions, aka games I don't enjoy, but I'm certain people will really like it. So we'll start with 500 Caliber Contractz. I really like the 2000s vibes. It was like when I was growing up with like the Flash games, and it's like the funny little edited videos. It's like goofy. I like it, but yeah, not for me because the parkour it feels weird. I feel like it could feel better if I just played it more, but I don't know. When it comes to like techie parkour, it's pretty hard to get into. Dungeon Clawler is a claw machine roguelike game. Roguelite, I guess. What I found enjoyable was the claw machine actually felt like a claw machine, especially when you got like bigger weapons in your little disposal. When you try to grab them, sometimes the claw machine just doesn't grab it, and it just feels like an actual claw machine, which is pretty awesome. But I'm not a gambling fan, so it's not for me. Gorgon Shield is a roguelite, sorta turn-based dungeon game. It has very unique ideas for a roguelite, but it's not really my type of game, just because I've never been a fan of JRPG games where they have turn-based stuff. It's published by Two Left Thumbs, which also published one of my favorite games, Picayune Dreams. So yeah, that's the main reason why I put this here. Mirage Feathers is a bullet hell arcadey flying game. I don't know how to describe these type of games, but if you've seen them before, it is what it looks like. But I was very surprised to enjoy the dodging in this game. The bullet hell in this game was actually very impressive for it being like sort of 3D. Star Vortex is a space build your ship type of game. It wasn't not my game because, well, I'm not a fan of space or most building games, but I could really see someone really enjoying this and putting a lot of hours on this game. Yaoling Mythical Journey is a Pokemon-esque game. It feels similar to Pokemon, which is not my type of game, but it was still fun when I played it. I don't know if the game meant for me to do this, but I stole a person's Pokemon. I didn't read the dialogue though, so I don't know. I really like the attention to detail and the whole map function where you just add icons and stuff for yourself, which is really awesome. And when watching combat, you don't really get involved with the combat besides using your talisman. I think that's what they're called. But yeah, it's fun to watch. It actually feels like each character has a unique ability. I really like it.